Then people knock on my door, fully dressed with makeup, eyelashes, everything done. I was like, hey, guys, I don't feel like going anymore. Mind you, we were looking for second location at 11 p.m. Me that was planning to go home at 1 because I had church the next day. Broke parties that I don't have food in. So we came with the food and we gave them chicken and drink. There was no drink. A party without alcohol. What are we doing? Burna Boy is a crook. Yes, Burna Boy is a crook. Burna Boy is very, very arrogant. They was feeling like I'm on top of the world with his gangs around. So he went to where DJ Tunes was playing his song and started beating him up. Beating. But it was just to slap. A whole Burna Boy. It was just to slap. It was not beating. Can I slap you and you call it a beating? Hello, my beautiful people. It's another weekend. It's another Friday. How are you all? Welcome to another episode of the Rawcast. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the hot topics of the week. Yes, the week. And we're also going to be giving you dilemmas. So, before we actually get into it, how was your weekend? Because, guys, the weekend was actually hot. I have gist for you people, and I'm going to give you the gist. Yes, I'm going to give you the gist. So, my weekend was actually a very funny one because I have a friend. You know, in the last episode, I told you guys that we're actually going to go out that weekend. So, on the day of the weekend, things were not going as planned. First of all, we had like a plan to actually go out around 7 p.m. because whenever you want to go out and come back early, you have to go around 7, 8 p.m. to come back around like 12, 1, exactly. So, that friend group, we always have those ones who are the late preparers. Yes, me. I'm actually the person that doesn't like preparing. I don't know why I do that. I just sit down. I'm like, we are leaving at 7 and it's still 6. There's still time. And then I just chill. Then people knock on my door, fully dressed with makeup, eyelashes, everything done. I was like, hey, guys, I don't feel like going anymore. And they started persuading. Sherifat, he was persuading. I should come. We finally started going. We left at 8 p.m., by the way. And then we got to the venue of the event. And then it turns out that the person who was supposed to do the party in his house had his parents come over. This is like children who stay in their houses and their families are always practicing and traveling. Did I say practice? Why did I say practicing? Traveling around. So on that particular day, his father just popped out of nowhere. And everybody was outside. And then the dogs, they were barking. So the dogs were even giving his father more reasons to be like, these ones they are coming here. They are just outside waiting for me to leave. And then I know this type of fathers, they will not leave because they know it's about to go down. So we were outside waiting. All of a sudden, we were like, guys, let's just go. Let's look for another location. Mind you, we were looking for second location at 11 p.m. Me that was planning to go home at 1 because I had church the next day. Don't ask me if I went to church the next day, but it's all right. So I had church the next day. So I was planning to go around 1 a.m. And then we went to, I don't know the name of the mall, but it's that mall that is close to APJ. What's the name of that mall again? What's the name of the mall? The one close to APJ. Saruna Mall. Saruna. The mall. We were there they were calling people. So Sibili Mall. But I don't even know the difference. Guys, I'll learn, don't worry. So we had to go to Sibili Mall and we were waiting for people. They were calling other friends. Guys, can we use your house? How far? Are you okay? Are you around? Can we? Then somebody now finally answered our calls. And the girl lived at G-Note. I was like, okay, who is still interested to go? Everybody wanted to go except for me. I was not looking like the black sheep because it was 12 a.m. and I wanted to go and sleep. Guys, I like sleep. I don't joke with my sleeping time. And then when people are making me joke with my sleeping time, it better be worth it. So we actually finally found another location, which was at G-Note, right? And at G-Note, when we found this location, it was already 12? Yeah, it was 12 to 1 in the morning. And mind you, we were a lot. There were people. We were like, how many? If not like, what I knew is we were more than 10. And then when going to G Note, you have to pass through police checkpoints. And then we just had like 3 cars. And people that have gone to parties in G Note know that the police officers there don't play. Like if they catch an army foreigner without a passport. So there was a lot going on. But the car we were in were just 4. And the driver was drunk but was still alive and was able to see where he was going to. So we got there. We went to Gino. We saw other people. In fact, they themselves in the kind Gino, they were having their own party. But it's all these broke parties that they don't have food in. So we came with the food and we gave them chicken and drink. There was no drink. A party without alcohol. What are you doing? And I'll come to a party and be sober and be looking at people who are smooshing left and center if I don't even know if they brushed that day. But anyways, it was a good party for me and my friends because we ate, we bought the alcohol, we were the life of the party. And maybe I think around 4 in the morning we started going. Please don't ask me if I went to church the next day because I prayed to my God in my room. Yeah, so guys, so please, if you know that your weekend was anything close to mine, put it down in the comment section. I actually want to hear. So up next, we have the hot topics of the week. When I was actually looking for hot topics of the week, there were like several things I found out. And the most talked about event this week was the Coachella event. Hesh! And then, when you hear Coachella, you hear Justin Bieber. Guys, please leave Justin Bieber alone. Leave Justin Bieber. That boy is trying. Guys, we need to understand that Justin Bieber was our childhood sweetheart. He literally built my childhood. So no matter what he does, it is acceptable by me. Justin Bieber was, I think it was at 2022. The guy got broke and had to sell all his music album for like $200 million. It's not like a lot, but for somebody like Justin Bieber who has like a very expensive lifestyle, that album should have been like double the price. But because he was broke, my nigga was selling it left, right, and center. And then he got like $200 million from it. And then he fired the managers who started with him in that baby era. And then I think there was a lawsuit at that time. My brother was just going through a lot. He was depressed. Went on, I think he even hibernated. That was when he met Hailey Bieber and they had a baby. Then sometime last year, 2024, I think I actually follow Justin Bieber a lot on social. So I think that was when he started posting pictures of him in the studio. When I see, something is going to happen, we're waiting for it. He now released Swag One. Yeah. Swag was on the, what do you call it? What's that nominee that they give? Grammy. He was nominated for Grammy. And then he now released Swag 2 again. So I feel like Justin Bieber is going to that era where he was lost. Yes, we all know he was lost at some point. But I was going through it. I was going through him. So he's actually recovering now. So when I saw the performance he made at the Coachella concert, where he finished performing and then brought out his laptop for audience to like select the music for them to select the one they want. So people were complaining that they even people called it lazy. And I understand why they called it lazy because if you watched Sabrina Carpenter, she came with a lot of crew. There were dances. Davido even came with a whole dance team. He brought a Adekule Gold. You can see the effort. But Justin Bieber came with a laptop and was streaming his YouTube album, right, on YouTube. And then people were complaining because they said he's supposed to have put in more effort, which I understand. But we need to understand that was how Justin Bieber blew in the first place. Justin Bieber was not all sunshine when he started, before the money started. No. Justin Bieber was actually he was a YouTube-friendly musician who was actually trying to blow using social media. So he was feeling like, do you know what? Let's go back in time. Let's go back to beginning, to the beginning. And that's exactly what he did. And he actually made the concert. It was so fun. People that were there were so happy. And he ended up being among the best top 10 most paid artists that came to Coachella, $10 million. When did they call this money? I had to just think about my life. $10 million. Okay. This is good though. Hey, there's amount you see on TV, like this type of amount. Guy, God I beg, when we reach my turn, I'll be like, guys, I'm giving out a sum of $1 million to people. No, it will happen. It will happen. And I will go to Coachella. Coachella 2020 something. I will be there live and direct. I'll be shouting in the crowd with my phone, hoping that they don't kidnap you and it after we are done. But anyways, next topic. No, not yet. Not yet. Sorry. Aside from Justin Bieber, there were other musicians who came, like Davido, there was Wizkid, there was Thames, there was... Sorry, I'm just calling the people I know. But then I actually found out, I did not see any South African artists there. No, it's all right, though. Maybe somebody saw, and I did not see. So if you know you saw anyone in the Coachella concert, you can tell us. Because, Coachellas are like for big artists. I'm not saying South African artists are not big. They are big in South Africa. But like... Maybe you saw and I did not see. But if you saw anybody, comment section. Thank you so much. Next was... So the hot topic of the week was I don't know. But I actually picked this topic because I feel like most people here in Botswana have, or in the Southern Africa have, a very wrong perspective of Burna Boy, which I'm going to clear up here. So last week, Burna Boy was fighting in a club. Or I don't know if it's a club or a concert, but it was it was a night event, right? So he was fighting. At least he said he did not fight. It was not a fight. He was beating up a DJ. So let me give you the gist. Burna Boy is a crook. Yes, Burna Boy is a crook. Burna Boy is very, very arrogant. There was this particular time where Burna Boy and Wizkid's gist started becoming very hot on the internet. That people were wondering what the cocoa was. Personally, I did not follow the gist because sometimes celebrities, they just used to fight for no reason. So this particular time, he actually had a reason because Burna Boy came to someone else's event. He came to where DJ Tunes was playing and making people happy. So DJ Tunes was playing and oh yeah, make you baby, make we sembe. Yeah. That Wizkid song, me personally, I love that. That song is dope. So people came to tell DJ Tunes that Burna Boy is in the house. He should play Burna Boy's song. And then Jesus was telling them, you came to my concert. You can't tell me what I will play. I will play what I want to play because it is my event. Burna Boy stood up with his mens. And that one, Burna Boy smokes a lot. He smokes. And because of that, I feel like the kind of people around him. In Nigeria, when you have all these people that smoke, they are definitely going to do drugs. And their head is going to be on cloud 9, 24/7. So I feel like with that kind of influence he already had, he was feeling like I'm on top of the world with his gangs around. So he went to where DJ Tunes was playing his song and started beating him up. He now did a live section, more of like a YouTube, like when he was explaining to Charlie Poppy that he did not beat him, it was just to slap. It's not beating, but it was just to slap. A whole Burna Boy. It was just to slap. It was not beating. Can I slap you and you call it a beating? No, now. I just slapped you twice. It was not beating. So when people call me, I feel like, and I hate it when people here idolize Burna Boy because it pisses me off. Burna Boy is not it. I will recommend artists to you. You see Davido? Davido is somebody you can like, and Davido is humble. Davido is 001 of Nigeria, but you will never see him. You would never hear something like this from Davido. Never. Wizkid don't even send anybody, papa. If you like, do anything you want. You just comment on his Twitter and move on with his life. That's it. So when people tell me that Burna Boy is the giant of Africa, who's Africa? It cannot be our own, no. So please look for a better idol artist to idolize. It cannot be Burna Boy. It's a bad influence. Next is going to be the dilemmas for the week. Yes, we're going to be moving on to the dilemmas of the week. So we don't have much time. The people behind the scene are already rushing me to round up. We have another shoot right now. So we're just going to give you 2. But if you liked this episode so far, please do well to DM me. And again, I'm here alone and single without any man or guest because I was rejected. Again. I was rejected by another man today. Oh, it's alright. I'll heal deeply. So up next is going to be the dilemma for the week. It's just going to be like a brief reaction, right? Because, Yeah, so the first dilemma is going to be... let me just go straight into reading it. So, I love my girlfriend so much, but would change nothing about her, except for I wish that she had boobs that were bigger. I honestly, he now said he was willing to pay for a bigger boob job. Guys, I have one question to ask men in general. Funny enough, they are only the ones behind the scene, but it's fine. I have one question to ask men. Why do you date people that you think are not your type, just to come back later and body shame them for not being your type?
Ibele.
I don't know what Ibele means, but somebody should please explain. What is Ibele? It doesn't make sense. He said he loves his girlfriend, but he doesn't like the way her boobs... The girl has small boobs, right? And then he wants to do a boob job. He even wants to pay. My sister doesn't want a boob job. She likes herself the way she is. There's no need to make it personal. It's fine. Let's not get personal. But please, this is an advice to girlies. If you notice that your man doesn't like you physically, or he's trying to change something about you, or you feel like he's not your spec, my sister, leave. Leave. Because they will either keep comparing you to people outside you, or they'll keep looking for a way to change you by giving you all these backhand compliments. You look nice, Sha, but it would have been better if the bonbon was bigger. What the heck is that even supposed to mean? If the bonbon was bigger, you'd not see bigger women with bonbon outside when you came to ask me to date you. My sister, leave. Thank you so much. So the next one is, can a girl... This one is actually a question I actually want to ask here from somebody else's perspective, but since nobody's here, I've been rejected again, so I might just say it. Can a girl have a best friend, a male best friend, while in a relationship? Guys, please, I actually like to hear your review on the comment section. Especially for people that have dated girls that have best friends while they are dating them. Do you actually think it's a problem if your girlfriend has a male best friend? Personally, I feel like it's not going to be a problem because I have a way of differentiating people. If I friend zone you, you can never come out. But then not every guy can understand that you can actually have a best friend that is a guy and still have somebody that you're attracted to. But if you notice that your girlfriend is attracted or is having a funny movement with the guy, I'm so sorry, that's not a best friend anymore. Because once you call somebody a friend, it's even true self. Can you have feelings for your friend and still call him a friend? No, it's not possible. So if you're having any sexual attraction to somebody else, the person is not your friend. My sister, you're a secret crush. Go and tell them you like them. Stop hiding. Come out from the cupboard. Yes. Next dilemma, and which is going to be the last because we don't have much time. Yes, this one is I actually picked this particular one because I feel like I've seen it recently. So the girl was saying, my best friend has a man that she wants to marry. But then the guy is asking her to quit her education just for her to get married and then continue after the marriage. And then the funny thing is, this thing actually happened recently because I was in Mogul, minding my business, eating my bone because there was no meat on that thing. So I was chewing my bone, minding my business, and then people were now speaking, and they were speaking English. Why don't you speak Stana? So I will not hear what you're saying, but they decided to speak English. I was eavesdropping. So the girl said, my sister, why don't you marry him? Oh, I think she said she they already went home to do family introduction. So the girl was not like, why don't you just marry him now before he changes his mind? You can leave school and then come back to school after you guys have married. And I was like, eh? People still give those kind of advice in 2026? Please, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have all seen the way our family, our parents lived. There are people with parents who didn't go to, especially moms, who didn't go to school. And we saw how their life is. It's not giving travel to Dubai or shake bomb on a yacht. It's giving cook food, sweep, clean, and mop. And that's the rest of your life, basically. So anybody that is giving you an advice of go and marry him and come back to school later is not a friend. Simple. Come and crucify me later. That person is not a friend. Or maybe is a friend that's short-sighted in current 2026 and is even a Gen Z that was saying it. So I was like, okay. Because tell me how you want to have leverage in a marriage when you are not even educated. Because yes, people say love works. Love works. That's why you are there in the first place. But you can't just rely on love, especially now. You have to there must be love inside, first of all, but there must be leverage. There must also be trust. There must be patience. I'm still learning that one. My patience level is very, very short. I'm also taking my own advice. But guys, we cannot be giving such advices and taking such advices in 2026. Well, I like the way the girl responded. The girl was like, no, my sister, I cannot do that. Being a housewife is not for me. And I was like, yes, we can't do housewife in 2026. You will hear me, you will see shege. So please, if you think otherwise, Sha, is my own opinion. But if you think otherwise in these questions or conversations or dilemmas, please do well to leave it in the comment section. And so this is going to be the end of today's episode. We'll try to be very, very consistent. I'm trying to be very consistent. Rejected or not, I go show. We'll have to release at least one episode every week. And please like, share, and comment. And thank you so much to all my subscribers. I swear, guys, I was not expecting the amount of subscribers and likes we got from just 3 videos. So thank you so much. And please keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll try and keep the channel as fun as possible. Bye. Mwah.